What a movie, champ fans. I'm here again with another reaction or review. This is going to be pretty short, but I wanted to bring it up because I felt like this was pretty really close to my childhood and some of the shows I did watch back in the day. And as you saw the title of it, it is the review of the Quiet on the Set documentary, The Dark Side of Kids TV. And this really goes basically the childhood actors that I watched growing up during Nickelodeon, during the phase of Nickelodeon TV shows. They had like Drake and Josh and iCarly and the Amanda Show and all that and things like that, and really focused on some child actors that went through a lot of things during that time, especially certain things that happened. And it's gotten very, very popular in the past couple of days because it dropped around, I think, Monday on HBO Max. And the reason I wanted to bring it up and let everybody watch it is because I think my generation growing up watching these shows on Nickelodeon, they enjoyed it. Now as adults, we need to look back and see, certain, we might think it's all peachy keen and awesome, but sometimes there's dark sides of childhood actors growing up. A lot of times not having the adequate taken care of, or their certain needs, or being overworked, things like that, or a lot of adults taking advantage of them. So in this documentary, it's 4 episodes. It's on HBO Max, and it's very enlightening of what they go through. Like back in the day, growing up in the mid '90s and early 2000s, you didn't really have social media to really out people or anything like that. And now, seeing things that these adults now, when they were kids, had to go through, it's very disheartening. Not saying that I didn't enjoy the shows I watched; I enjoyed them, but knowing what's going on and knowing certain jokes, or watching it now and looking back, you're like, wow, I watched this stuff as a kid, and now being as a parent, you want to make sure you watch what your kids are doing even more now, since a lot of things are so easy and so accessible with the internet and social media and things like that. Let's watch the trailer real quick. Now, I will do mute a couple of times with this because it says certain words that might not be suitable for YouTube. But I'm gonna watch the show a quick trailer of this. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. So here's a quick trailer of it. Like I said, I'm going to mute a couple of times because more like certain words they say. But let's watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer.
In the early 90s, Nickelodeon was kid everything. And you better hope that your house had cable.
Wasn't there to educate you. We were there to have fun, to get slimed, to be entertained.
And this is when Dan Schneider arrives, Nickelodeon's golden boy. He created these shows that were hugely successful for them.
No one had ever really done sketch comedy starring kids for kids.
He launched the careers of child actors who became major stars.
For 20 years, he shaped children's entertainment and culture.
Hey, thank you for being here.
But that marked one of the darkest chapters. Working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship.
Dan's treatment of people on his shows was an open secret.
So my lawyer filed complaints, gender discrimination, hostile work environment, harassment, and it was so devastating.
How safe can any kids be in that environment? There would be even bigger problems down the line with these are
And they said
It was a
the
toxic
P word,
environment.
guys. The
It
P
made me
word.
trust
I think we
people
know
less.
what that is.
We were there for so many hours, you get comfortable with people until you're not. I had no idea what I was saving my son from. It's a house of horrors.
They find this
Bags, each
Yeah, I'm gonna mute some of this because, ugh, it's very creepy, and nasty.
It made me wonder who was being hurt.
I've been waiting 17 years for today.
It wasn't dealing with anybody on the shows or anything, right?
It was a child actor.
On one of our shows.
Yes. Have you ever told your story publicly before?
All right. So yeah, that's the trailer. Like I said, of Quiet on the Set, the dark side of kids TV. Um, and I seen the promotions of it a couple months ago, but after that, I didn't see much of it. And honestly, me and my wife were just sitting down and watching TV, um, and we saw it on HBO Max because we were actually about to watch Game of Thrones. Get back into that. And we saw that, and the reason we clicked on it is because we saw a lot of, we was interested because, when you see the image of the Quiet on Set, dark side, you're like, what's going on? And as you watch it, you're realizing, it's really during our childhood, where, shows we watch, we grew up on, and makes you like, oh, okay, this is part of my my history. As watching it and learning more about Dan Schneider, and I heard about Dan Schneider, he's got to create a whole bunch of shows, King Nickel and Man the Show and all those, painting him as a very abuser, that took advantage of people, things like that, and as you watch the documentary, a lot of times, he rebuttals like, no. I was like, I can see that you would disagree on certain things or rebuttal, but I mean, when a lot of people are saying it, a lot of people are collectively stating the same things, then yeah, I mean, bro, you did things. And now Dan Schneider actually did an interview himself with this guy right here. Just talking, basically, I watched the video. I'll leave a link in the description. You can go watch, listen to his side. I would say go watch the documentary on HBO Max, then come watch his, because everybody has the right to speak about themselves. You have one incident of people talking about it, but we have to be fair and listen to the person that's been accused of these situations. And also Nickelodeon, they dropped the ball a whole lot, especially as you watch the documentary. You got people that's been, the P word with adults messing with kids and the S word, things like that. And that's traumatic. I always thought about my daughter, becoming an actress and doing things like that. But also knowing the dark side of the situations or things that could happen to kids. You don't want to do that because you want to protect the kids as much as you can so they can be kids. Because a lot of times child actors don't have a normal life as kids. Usually they don't go to school. They don't have a fun time. Basically, they're acting like adults because they got to work. It can be fun, but also can be stressful and can take a lot of things away from the kid. And as you watch the documentary, it's very tough to watch, and a lot of times very icky and just but also, paints a light of what they had to go through just to get to their dream job of what they want to do. Like I said, I'm not going to say Dan Schneider's an evil person and like that. He was just a dude that had a lot of power, and looking at the dude, looking at Dan Schneider, if you look at him, you can tell, man, he probably wasn't the most popular dude or anything, or wasn't looked at growing up. But I feel like people like that, they get into power and basically in control of everything. It goes there to head. Now, in this documentary here, I'm not going to play it really, but I just wanted to show you is that, it says this side of the story. A lot of the documentary talk about women not being treated equally, basically, or not being in the writer's room, or women have to be paid one salary. So 2 women being paid for one salary, which is crazy. Now, he did say in that that's normal, but in the documentary, they also say that that's not normal. That's, that's against the rules, things like that. So it's a little back and forth. Like, as people have theirs, side of the story, in this interview with Dan's doing, in his interview with Dan saying is that he's not really denying some of the things. He acknowledged that, and some things he is. So, the reason I want to do this video is just let everybody know they need to go try to see this. I'm not going to break down everything. I'm not that. I'm just reviewing it and, giving my thoughts on it, and which everybody should go see it. And this is a very good documentary of where it shows us the light and gives those people a voice to voice their issues they had back in the day. But it's something that everybody needs to go see. It's very intriguing, especially people that's in a demographic from probably the age of 25 to 38 that grew up watching these live shows on Nickelodeon needs to watch this. I think they should watch this and listen to the people that we enjoyed watching on TV and listen to them, what they had to go through. I think that's fair. We should acknowledge that and listen to them. But also, I think we should also listen to Dan Schneider as well and his opinion, his takes on it, because, he is human as well, and people do make mistakes, but we have to listen to both sides. We can listen to one side, but we just can't always just be like, that's it, I'm gonna listen to the other person. No, you have to get the other person a fair deal as well. Listen to them and listen to what they have to say and their recollections of the outcomes of what was talked about in a documentary. So I think everybody should check it out. Like I said, it's on HBO Max. It's 4 episodes right here. Like, you get the Rising Stars, Rising Questions, Hidden in the Plain Sight, The Darkest Secret, Too Close to the Sun. And basically, like I said, episode 1, The Rising Stars, is basically as under a new era in kids TV, cast and crew face a sexist and abusive world. And that starts right there when Dan Schneider becomes empowered, talks about Amanda Bynes as well. We know about Amanda Bynes. She went through a whole lot. And I think she's still going through some stuff. And also talks about Hidden in Plain Sight. Hidden in Plain Sight is certain things that are there and people see it, but they don't speak upon it, like a lot of jokes that are hidden in windows of other things that are adultish. Of course, I'm not going to show that, but you can find on YouTube certain things where people doing certain things that can't really talk about, where it looks funny on TV, but you sit there and think about it, you're like, that's kind of adultish. That's kind of and making these kids do certain things, which, I mean, if you think about it, having an all-male writer room writing about kids, and a lot of these people are little girls or kids, or boys, but mainly little girls, and you got adult men writing jokes for little girls, and you watch what they're doing, and it's weird, and somebody he had a foot thing. It's a whole lot in this documentary, and like I said, it's very intriguing to watch it. Now, you have a special guest. I'm going to say it. It's Drake Bell. We know about Drake Bell. He's from Drake and Josh. And he's right there, okay. But this one right here, I want to pivot. Drake, he's on the show. He's on the documentary. He talks about it, and he went through a lot, and he went through abuse and things like that. In this article, I think Drake Bell calls out Ned's declassified stars overreaction to Nickelodeon abuse allegations, and basically some people from other shows, which was so stupid, went on Twitter and really kind of made fun of it. And right here, this dude. Even Drake, Drake, he went through some stuff, and he did certain things that he wasn't supposed to. Which, like I said, go back and watch the show, and you'll know he did some things he wasn't supposed to. I'm not gonna put he's innocent, but also it's fair to hear his story, what he went through, and it is ridiculous. It hurts a parent's heart. When you're a parent, it even hurts even more. But you need to go check this out. But this idiot, I mean, how are you gonna watch a show, then start joking about it? Joking about it. No matter what kind of joke it is, it's still stupid to joke about it in the first place. And he does. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous. But he does, and it's just like, why? Why would you want to make fun? Then he comes back and he wants to apologize. In the first place, I'm about to say something. In the first place, you Nimrod, you shouldn't even joked about it. What you should have done is should have been there and really showed sympathy and really showed that, he was my friend. We worked together. I'm sorry that I hear this. I didn't know about this, because certain things that happened to Drake, he didn't acknowledge it. Like I said, go back and watch it. Watch the HBO documentary and check it out. And that's what he should have done, not joke about it and say certain stupid things like that. Very ignorant and ridiculous. But like I said, Drake, he's the special guest on there, and he tells his side of the story, in which everybody needs to go see. Because he did certain things that he wasn't supposed to, and it went off the wall. And you need to hear, just like for Dan Schneider, hear his side of the story with his with his interview, we need to listen to Drake's side, which is in documentary as well. And I just want everybody that follows me, that listens to me, that watches me, is to go check this out. Like I said, it's four episodes on HBO Max, and like I said, about 40 minutes per episode. And I need to check this out. You know, sometimes it might take a hard time to watch it. You might not want to watch it the whole thing, but I think we should, especially people my age growing up through the years, need to check this. Need to check this out and watch it and listen to them, and hopefully we can be aware, and hopefully that things have changed. But I heard things are still rough for child actors, but hopefully things like this and the word spreads and people can go check it out for themselves and talk about it. That's why I made this video. I don't care how many views I get this video. I don't care if it's 5 or 6. I want to talk about it because this is my childhood. This is what I grew up with, and even though the shows back the behind the scenes are rough, I still appreciate the shows that came out that I enjoyed watching. You know, like I said, all that, the Amanda Show, Freddie Dark, things like that. I can say that Dan Schneider did put certain people on the map and made them stars, but also the way he did it was wrong. So, like I said, watch this. Go check out Dan Schneider's point of view. Make sure you listen to what everything Drake has to say in the show, and just think about it. And if you want your child to do anything, really think about it. If you want them to do anything that results in being famous or being a star, really think about it and take your time. But watch this. Show appreciation of this. Listen to them. Listen to their story. Listen to what they had to go through. And that's the most important thing. But check it out. It's on HBO Max. 4 episodes. Watch them. Give your opinion. If you've seen the documentary already, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me what you felt about the show and how do you feel about what everything said. Do you disagree with some people? Or do you don't disagree? Do you hate? I want to hear it all. As long as you be respectful. All right. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like this. And until the next review, guys, peace.